writing yourself as a character makes you a better writer. It might not be a character where it is exactly who you are, but if you're writing based on things that you are dealing with or going through and changing details and making a character basically a chance for you to pick and choose things about you that you want to grapple with, flaws in you, things that dreams and hopes. It's a very useful exercise, I've found, because especially when you let the characters tell the story where you don't even know what the character is going to do, that actually is really the best writing. And I learned that from Stephen King. You're letting the character kind of take the reins, and where the character goes is actually where you want to go. Like, it's actually much more exciting, much more meaningful, much more rewarding. It's more cathartic. It's more rooted in things you're going through and things you're trying to process, and in the end, it's going to be more useful to people and more authentic because your character is based on a real person, or they feel like is a real person. You're writing them as though they're a real person and giving them that care and that level of discernment. Like they're someone who's going through life, and when you allow them to do the things that they want to do, or try to challenge themselves in ways, and you present challenges to them that they have to then figure out, that might be something you then want to take inspiration from things you're going through, of like, this is something I'm facing, so I want to have the character face it because I know that'll be rewarding for them and me and other people. The point is, when you write a character that's based on what you go through or things in your life or yourself, especially if it's based on yourself to some degree, you're allowing yourself, I've found from experience, to help the other characters you write that aren't about you or they aren't based on you become more lifelike and also just better people. You know how to write better people. You start becoming a better person when you're writing from a place of, I'm not locked into an outline. I'm here to be, let the character breathe and be. When you let the character breathe and be and live life according to, what would be the right choice to be a better person, that helps you learn how to do that on other characters that aren't, based on a person or are, people you're kind of constructing or might loosely be based on someone but not you. And the reason why I think that this is, there's something intentional about this, it seems like. And what I mean by that is there's a design to that. Think about God being the author of this world, of your story, of everyone's story. The best way for him to understand us and help us write a better story for ourselves and be better people and father us and guide us is for him to write himself as a character in this story. And he did that with Christ. And if you think about it, that allowed him to have a better relationship with us and a better understanding of what we go through, because he was flesh and blood. He knew how to write story because he experienced flesh and blood. And for you as a writer, you get this experience that is infinitesimally, maybe not even infinitesimally, smaller than that, of the joy and in creation, of creating a story and worlds and characters and people that God must feel. Like it's a very, very infinitesimally small fraction of what that must feel like for him. And when you write stories, it's sad when the characters are being bad people, and it's kind of upsetting for you that if they die or something happens, you feel all their pain, you feel all their everything. And as God's probably going through that same, he is going through that same thing with all of us. And so it's kind of funny that the best way as a writer to relate to your characters so that you can help them tell better stories and be better people, you have to become one. You have to create yourself as a character yourself, and with the intent of I need to be a better person and lead by example for these characters, for the people who see this film, because they're going to judge me because they know it's based on me, you know, or not even that. It's just now I get to look at myself and understand who I am as one of these characters. It's an interesting parallel that I noticed, a connection that I made, where I realized that, you know, just how writing feels like God, like what God must experience on a very small scale. It's also true that by writing yourself as a character, that's the only way for you to write better characters, I think. And I just say that because looking back at all the things I've written, I wouldn't know how to make characters feel authentic or be better people if I didn't turn myself into a character and show myself that I could do it, or show that I can do it, or experience what it's like. And I think it runs very much parallel with the story of Christ and how God put Christ here. And I find that fascinating, because one person once told a person when I was disillusioned by my filmmaking, the film industry, the films I was making. I just was like, you know what, my faith journey has taken off, and my film journey and the people I know in the industry I feel like it's just all behind. And it's like, how do I want to make movies my ministry, but I didn't know that at the time. And they said, you know, and I said, like, well, I guess Jesus was a carpenter, I'm a filmmaker, you know, it's a craft. He was known for his ministry, not his craft, so much. And that person said, well, why was he a carpenter? Why was Jesus a carpenter? Because his father was. And he's not talking about Joseph. He's talking about God. God's a carpenter of the world, and there's joy in creation. There's joy in writing characters, telling stories, and bringing them to life, and acting in the characters, playing the characters, bringing them to life as an actor, filming it, bringing light to the scenes. And it's funny, I remember as a kid growing up and always having an obsession with flashlights, and not knowing that later in life I would be here playing with light. You know, when God says, let there be light, that hits home, man. It's like, why is it that light just becomes much more beautiful the closer you get to God? And that might be a video I make on another time, but it's true. Light is so much more beautiful the more you get closer to God, the more joy you have in your life because of Him. And I went from living in a lot of darkness, literally and figuratively in life, to opening the windows more. They're not open enough, dude. I need more light, you know? I love light. I don't know what it is. Like, my films are becoming less dark. They're becoming more light. And it's beautiful. And, but yeah, if you want to be a better writer, write yourself as a character, as an experiment. Let the characters tell the story, and write a character who's going through things you're going through. And you know what you'll find is, by doing that, you're able to process things you're going through, especially if you're rewriting and rewriting and revising and revising, and really perfecting the story. You're able to find out things in life that you can't find out by not writing. You're able to discover things about yourself, about others, about how to be a better person by writing yourself as a character and reworking it a lot. So I hope this video is helpful. If there's anything I can help you with, or advice or questions you have, anything I can do to serve you, leave a comment below. I'll try to get back to you. I appreciate you reaching out, and I appreciate you watching these videos. I pray you have a blessed day. Later.